said Courtney will be out exactly on 3 minutes. She'll sit down and we'll be good to go.
I did.
Good evening and welcome to Bellarine Secondary College. It is BigV State Championship men's action here between the Bellarine Storm and the Wyndham Basketball Association. It is also pink round here across the state for BigV. Few more here with State Championship women's player and the regular guest on the commentary, Courtney Straight. Welcome, Courtney. Great game.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Another nice win to answer back after what was let's say a tough loss last week, but still 9-1 so far this season. So cannot deny how good this women's team is. But we turn our attention now to the men's game. A bigger than basketball topic to talk about first, though. It is pink round here in BigV, breast cancer awareness round. Breast cancer is the second most common diagnosed cancer in Australia and the most common cancer diagnosed amongst women. Every day, 58 people in Australia are diagnosed with breast cancer. Over 21,000 people across the year. 1 in 7 women and 1 in 550 men will be diagnosed across their lifetime with it. One woman under the age of 40 is expected to die each week from breast cancer. So such a tragic illness to get, not only for the patients but their families as well. So any support is greatly appreciated. If you would like to donate, please head over to the Breast Cancer Foundation website. Any donation will be greatly appreciated. Such a big cause, Courtney. And the Bellarine Storm doing a great job to promote it. Pink warm-up tops, silent auction, plenty of pink accessories in the women's game too.
Absolutely.
Pink shoes, pink socks, pink tape. So no different for the men's here, but both these teams having a rocky start to the season, you would say. Both on 2-8, or 2-7 to start the season, but big news coming out of the Peninsula this week. Obviously the Bellarine Storm parted ways with coach Luke Bugenhall, but the day after, by all reports, a 4-time Olympian Basketball Hall of Famer, Mr. Ray Borner, AOM, was in the office, and right now he sits across from us on the bench. How big is this for this men's program?
It's created a huge buzz. I mean, we've got a pretty full house here. It's awesome to see. Plenty of hungry fans here all around the Bellarine Storm looking to see what Coach Borner's brought in for Game 1.
And we can't discredit Coach Bugenhall's success. The ultimate reason this men's team is where they are today. Obviously won a championship in 2022, which got them to this state championship division. So we thank you for his time and his effort across the past 4 seasons. But action has started here at Bellarine Secondary College. Starting lineups for both teams will be number 1, Malik McKinney, number 4, Ben Robertson, number 7, Louis Varley, number 23, Kerry Richardson. Rounding out the Storm is the birthday man, Liam McInerney, number 24. And for Wyndham, it'll be number 3, May Mayom, number 7, Xavier Cotton, number 9, Junior Garborough, number 17, Jalen Rosemont, and rounding it out is number 25. I don't have his name on the sheet, so we'll get back to number 25. But back and forth action to start the match. McKinney had 2 tries at it. 3 tries at it for the Storm. 4 tries at it. On the 5th time, they get it.
5th time's a charm.
As Malik McKinney and Richardson had to work hard for that basket. And then it'll be out of bounds. Last touch off Nahum.
Love to see Kerry Richardson a bit fired up early. He's such a calm, cool, and collected guy, but getting him to unleash that beast, I think, is going to be a huge factor here for Storm.
And I mean, we've seen the first few rounds, the real Kerry Richardson sort of come out. Once he gets on fire, he is almost unstoppable. He can shoot the ball from anywhere. He can guard anyone. And speaking of shooting the ball from anywhere, Malik McKinney finds his range early. So certainly exciting times here on the peninsula. Wyndham looking to get their season rolling too. As there's a late foul on the play. Ben Robertson was almost at the ring.
I think he had slam dunk on his mind.
Foul will be on at number 7, Louis Varley. It'll be his second. So 6-2 start in favour of the Storm, minute and a half gone. Rosewood. There's the threes off there. Go inside. And it'll be a travel.
So far, I'm liking the early help by Storm. I think they're doing a pretty good job of making Wyndham kind of shrink the floor and look to have those secondary passes out of the ball screen. So far, so good in terms of coverage. And
then I think they're also doing a good job of plugging the key. Obviously, this starting lineup for Wyndham right now is quite big compared to the Bellarine Storm, as Ben Robertson can't get it to roll. McInerney kick back out for that range from Kerry Richardson, as he shows his range early, and the Bellarine Storm out to a 9-2 start. But they're just plugging the key, making it hard for this Wyndham offense to get going, as I say, Xavier Cotton slices to the ring.
And that looks to be, so far, his bread and butter. I mean, both possessions so far that have resulted in scores from Wyndham have been from really early aggression out of that transition make.
Finally got the right name for our final player for Wyndham. It'll be number 25, Malik Miller. There's multiple players up in the air for that one. Last off, Wyndham.
And I don't want to jinx it early, but so far Storm have had really good luck crashing the O-boards as well. So hopefully they can continue pushing that, giving themselves second opportunities at the rim. 6
offensive rebounds so far. So I think 5 of them came in one possession.
Yeah,
but
true.
Still, certainly early signs here for the Storm. It's a nice kick out. They move the ball around to Rosemond. He works his way inside and finishes under heavy contact. We've already seen one very fiery game in our women's match. And this game looks to be no different. As McInerney steps through, turns back the clock, and goes up and under. As opens his account for tonight. As Louis Varley tries to play a little bit of soccer there. I think he got a bit lost in what sport he was in. So foot violation.
That's all right. Disrupting the possession, we'll take it.
It's the little things. Rosemond at the top, guarded by McInerney. Will look to go to work in the paint. McInerney had a hand in his face. Jalen Rosemond.
That one, you just have to tip your cap and you say, great shot.
He can't do much better defense than that. As McKinney rolls over the top, floater is short. Garbra comes up with it. Looking to get into work early. Steps back. Goes into Miller. Gets it again. So they go to Rosemond. That one off the back iron. There'll be a foul on the play. Foul will be on number 1 for the Storm, Malik McKinney. His first.
So adversely for the Storm, you know, we hit a few offensive got a few offensive rebounds, have to do the same thing and flip the script here and not let Wyndham crash those boards.
Stoppage on the play, I believe. Ball was inbounded in the wrong spot. We'll have our first substitution of the Max. We'll see Louis Varley check out. Max Collins check in. Roseman, being good to start the match, decides to go inside, fades, over the top. As Liam McInerney has a subtle roll of the eyes and a little brain fart there from Max Collins. Throws it straight to the Wyndham defender. And Wyndham take their first lead of the match. 4.5 minutes gone in this first quarter. McKinney out to Robertson. Spins, got tangled, comes away with it. Gets 2 points. Mayhem from the mid. Can't get it to go. Richardson had fingers on it, but lost it. And so they go back inside to Miller. Fading jump shot is good.
I like the switch. I like having Carey on that matchup there. Ooh.
As Xavier Cotton picks up the foul. We'll send Malik McKinney to the line for 2. Malik Miller. He was the one we couldn't work out. Wrong number on the sheet.
I was going to say, I like the matchup with Carey on Miller there. He's a bit more of that mobile 4 that we potentially might need with Miller wanting to put it on the floor a bit and kind of be shifty in that mid-range area.
Miller so far this season for the Wyndham Basketball Association, averaging 19 points per game in his 8 games so far. The ball will be last touched off the Storm. Goes along with 10 rebounds per game as well, so certainly a key piece to this Wyndham team.
Looks like we got a little zone action.
Interesting. I thought the Storm were doing quite a good job on their man defense to sort of keep Wyndham out of the key. There was not many shots from under the ring in that first sort of 5 minutes that we saw. Does Wyndham get it? Shot from Mayhem. Sorry, pardon me. Shot from Dutt is no good. There's Cos. Fading won't go. Again, 2 offensive rebounds for the Storm. McKinney got tangled up with his defender. Finds McInerney. Garcia dishes it off to McInerney. Too low for him though, and so Wyndham come in on a fast break with numbers. And a 3-pointer from Garbra is off.
Really well done by Seth Garcia to sprint back and disrupt that play.
It's a dish from Richardson to Mayhem is no good, and Mayhem gets a nice up and under. And the game's back to all tied up. 6 minutes gone here in this first quarter. Richardson to McKinney. So look to go to work together. McKinney couldn't find anything. Instead finds McInerney, gets it back. This time gets an option. McInerney rolls. Garcia wide open.
Really good look.
3 won't be good. And again, Storm dominating on the offensive rebounds and reaping the rewards. As we just got to pause on the play.
We've got blood.
Yeah, I believe we've got blood. We've already had 1 blood rule tonight.
I will say offensively for Storm, they are reacting quickly to that ball screen. Wyndham is really pressuring and trying to double. That quick slip and then looking to find that next person is looking really good.
It really just shows how patient Malik McKinney is in his offense. He's waiting for the right time, normally can thread the needle quite easily with quick reaction time. So early good signs as Max Cos just lost his feet there.
Might have been a little embellishment there. It's just my personal opinion. That's not fact.
As Miller thought he was fouled, but makes it instead. And so this game, score for score right now. There's Courtney Strait doing a little bit of coaching from the commentary box.
Well, they're calling our plays. I'm just trying to help.
As Robertson misses, Richardson.
Finish it. Oh,
Absolute beast inside at the moment on the glass. 4 rebounds. Robertson
good
gets
footwork.
that one to go.
Really pretty footwork. I like that they're attacking closeouts. They're not just settling for an okay shot. They're trying to create something even better.
The Storm lead offensive rebound so far, 12-3. But Miller is absolutely going to work here. Another 3 for him. Wyndham take the slightest of margins. Final 2 minutes of the first quarter. McKinney, kick out to Cos. Catch, shoot, 3. No good. Mayhem.
Good
Kick
hand
ahead
set.
pass was picked by Garcia. 3 on 2. Result for the 3 from Cos. No luck. Mayhem will get the rebound again. This kick ahead pass is better. And Malik Miller is in there to get the offensive rebounds and provide a little highlight for the crowd here.
I've said it in past games, especially I think a lot last season. Transition defense, being able to slow down that initial kick ahead pass, A or B, if it's a guard really pushing in transition, that really makes a difference in slowing down, you know, momentum. So hopefully they can get a little bit more of that.
And you just feel like so far in this game with this Wyndham team, they love to run the ball. They love to.
They're an energy team.
So if you can suck that energy out of them early in a run, early in bringing it up the court, and make them play in the half court, as we see now. Oh.
That's tough.
Malik Miller turning, fading. 9 points for him so far. It's Cos stuck at the top, goes back to Robertson. Going to work, fading. Gets a lucky bounce. Ben Robertson will get 2 more points.
I really like Ben's patience right now. Like, he's being aggressive and he's calling his own number, but it's not forced, and he's finding openings in those one-on-one matchups.
And finishing really well around the ring too at the moment.
Yes.
Sort of, as you said, waiting patiently for the right spot and to get that gap. Speaking of patience, Malik Miller.
I like the adjustment defensively, just can't bail him out. One-on-one matchup was good. We had Jack helping off a little bit, trying to plug that lane, give him a little bit less space to work. Just finished straight up.
Right now as a defender, obviously Malik Miller leading the game for Wyndham. 9 points. How do you stop him? Obviously he's hit a 3, he's had a few mid-ranges and underneath as he misses his first free throw. What's the plan of attack early if you're a defender on him at the moment?
I would say you're looking to find one of the opposition's players that isn't as high as scorer or isn't as expected as much to score, and maybe double off them. So that's A. Option B, I'm thinking make him put the ball in one hand and make him prove that he can finish at the ring instead of a pull-up.
And are you doubling him early, or are you, as there's an offensive player on the play, as...
I think Miller,
yeah,
he got in the way to stop one of the Storm players from playing defense.
There we go.
Shifting through kind of like a moving screen, offensive foul.
So 5 seconds left in this first quarter. Robertson with it. He's been electric this first quarter. And that's a great finish to the quarter for the Storm as they head into the quarter time break with the slightest of margins of 1 point. 23-22 in favour of Wyndham, and it has been an electric start so far. Very back and forth. Both teams not really getting into their offenses. Right now, transition offense is the way of both teams. And we did bring up the transition defense halfway through the first quarter. Do you feel that the first team that can sort of slow the other down will get the advantage?
I'd say 100%. It's either going to be one of those games where we're going to see who can outscore the other one, or it's going to be, the flip side of the coin. We're going to see who's going to buckle down and get stops. It's going to go one of two ways. Ideally, if you're Coach Borner here, you're looking for your guys to buckle down, slow down those early kickouts and transitions, slow the ball down early with some people crashing the boards, then really just put pressure on on Wyndham's Malik, and see if he can kick it with a double team, try to force the prove that they can finish.
And obviously the other glaring stat at the moment is the offensive rebound stat, 13-4 in favour of the Storm. So you would think that would be a talking point for Coach Stuart McMurray at this quarter time break, but the Storm are just getting under there, and they're almost bullying their way in there to get those rebounds, getting those second chance, third chance, and we've even seen some fourth and fifth chance points. So that'll certainly be a talking point for Wyndham on something they can fix up. But both playing exceptionally well so far.
Yeah, I'd say so. And if you're Coach Borner too, we've had those opportunities at the ring for second chance points. It's got to turn into conversions, It's not just grabbing the boards, it's capitalizing on them.
So second quarter action set to resume here. Bellarine's pink around here at BigV across the state. Support of breast cancer awareness.
I also want to give a special shout out to Grind High Performance Center. They're an S&C facility that has sponsored us just recently this season, a handful of our BigV players. They have sponsored us for the round and have fully these awesome pink t-shirts for us. And they are officially now in the team store, so if you head to Sixth Man online, you can purchase one of your own limited edition Storm pink tops.
And they are
They're pretty sharp.
They're great quality.
They're Nike. I mean, you can't get much better than that.
Correct. Provided by Sixth Man, but they look fantastic. As Courtney said, make sure you get your hands on one of them. I'm sure they'll run out very quickly.
Uh-oh.
As there's a massive mismatch inside, and Max Cos makes a business decision and gets out of the way.
Not much he could do with that one.
Malik Miller gets the finish. Robertson, he's been good the first quarter.
Get in there. Heat check.
Gets a friendly breath of fresh air there. Gets that one to roll in. Ben Robertson up to 13 points. Game high.
Watch that back cut.
Stejanovski finds Kuyak for 3. And again, we're back and forth here to start quarter. Tyrrell. They swing it all the way around. Back to Robertson, the hot hand right now. Spinning. Cross-court pass to Cos in the corner. He's short. Kuak finds Mayhem for 3. And that's 2 straight threes for Wyndham. Open the quarter, 2 minutes gone.
Those are those energy possessions where we have to have pressure on the ball earlier and we have to get ahead passes.
I mean, I think we mention it almost every week, Courtney, as Max Cos, his 3 rolls out. We mention it almost every week, but basketball at this level is a game of runs. If you can string a few possessions together, if you can get a few stops, get a few scores, it really boosts the team level. As we have a timeout here. I believe it was called by Wyndham. So,
and as cliche as it sounds, basketball is a game of runs. So whether you run with it when you're the team on the run, or you figure out an adjustment to make, or just take that extra hustle play or do what you need to do to stop that run. That's really all it's about.
So handy timeout here for Ray Corner to stop that run. But 2 minutes, 15 gone in this second quarter, and the Wyndham Basketball Association lead by 31. Both these teams, pardon me, I think it's a Storm this week on a double header. Bellarine play Pakenham tomorrow afternoon. 12-2. Women's match, senior women too, so set to be a blockbuster.
It'll be a good one.
Top of the table clash. So make sure if you're doing nothing tomorrow, you make your way down here, because
you have plans now.
You have plans now. Courtney Strait has told you.
Period.
You have plans now. It is set to be an absolute blockbuster. We turn our attention back to the game at hand. Wyndham with the 6-point margin. They go inside to Miller. He's been absolutely awesome so far. And Courtney Strait, I hate to say it, but you might have to get back into coaching. As Ray Borner must have an earpiece in.
I like that double team. Make him make quicker decisions. That's it. Right now he's been able to back his guy down, find a slight advantage and capitalize, finish over a high hand. Can't do that against two people.
Are you switching?
At least I don't want to jinx it. Not yet.
Are you switching the matchup of Richardson and Roseman to send Richardson to Miller and leaving McInerney to Roseman?
I don't hate it. It's one of those things, though, you have to make him prove it. Until then, you continue with that adjustment, you know?
Stejanovski, no good as Mayul McCook.
I will say, too, the Bellarine versus Wyndham matchup is also tomorrow. So at least the Wyndham
rematch.
Yeah, the Wyndham women will have a doubleheader this weekend. I'll check on the men as well. Wyndham are hosting Shep tomorrow. So, yeah, both teams tonight, doubleheaders this weekend.
So certainly player management will be in the back of both coaches' minds. But also such an important game for both these teams.
It's a momentum game.
Obviously both teams not having to they'd like. Both with 2 wins, 6 losses, but certainly a win for either of these teams will be huge as Jack Tyrrell's 3 rolls out. As Malik Miller is left wide open. And Kerry Richardson got there, but drew the foul. So that'll be Kerry Richardson's 2nd foul. And we'll send Malik Miller to the line for 2.
I'm just going to keep repeating it. Transition defense. It's got on the guys to identify, you know, who's their best shooter or who's their best player, who's been scoring the most. He's got to be priority number 1. Well, priority number ball. Next priority, find the player that's hot.
Malik Miller, 12 points so far in this game.
Hasn't proven himself as much from the free throw line, so something to potentially consider moving on the game.
Ben Robertson, the hot hand for the Storm, continues.
Feed the bull. Keep
Feed the bull, says Courtney. Is that what you were saying in time? Give the ball to Olivia Vert.
Pretty much.
Let her go.
Let her take it to the basket.
It's McKinney running the floor. Oh, McInerney there to clean up the scraps. And a 5-point run here for the Storm has brought this game back to 1 possession. Ben Robertson, 13 points so far in this match.
That's a tough take.
It's May Mayhem. Finished top of his defender. McKinney on an island. Rolls out.
Versus 4 people. Skies. He just glides.
Floats above the ring. Gets an offensive rebound and 2 more points. Takes him to 7. 7 rebounds to go along with that as well. Stejanovski steps out of court. And there's that run we've been talking about. Also, correction, Ben Robertson is on 16 points, not 13.
Keep giving him the rock. And it's one of those examples, too, if they look like they've switched to a man instead, but I was going to say, getting those paint touches and making laps instead of just moving side to side mirror-wise, whether that's against a zone or man, that's going to give you open looks. So I'd like to see them continue to do that. Or, oh, just kidding, I was going to say, or do that.
Richardson's mid-range doesn't fall.
This one's going up.
Oh, Courtney read him like a book. He can't get it to go. Robertson with the rebound. Storm pushing in transition. Richardson gets up with the flight. A human highlight reel as his first one for tonight. All tied up here. Bellarine Secondary College. Bradbury secures down as the child's just ran across the floor. Luckily the basketball wasn't down that end. Now Robertson secures another rebound. He's wasting no time getting to work.
You know, as I was continuing to preach for Bellarine defensively, making those defensive stops in transition, we're seeing the same trend for Wyndham here. Bellarine's really trying to push the base, get the ball up early, find those really open looks in their offense, and it's so far.
Robertson, 16 points tonight in this matchup at the free throw line. This is the first.
Really poised with the ball so far. I'm really liking his decision making. He hasn't forced anything. He's drawn good fouls, split defenders, finish off 2 feet, finish from outside, a little bit of everything.
As he gets his second, we'll see Louis Varley check back in. Malik McKinney checking out. Bellarine 4th in the league for pace in games. And they send that on full display at the moment.
What's Wyndham's comparison?
Wyndham are 7th. So only just off Bellarine by 0.6. So very close. All these teams love to play at pace in state championship men. As Junior Garber gets his 3 to go, and there'll be an illegal screen there on number 7, Louis Varley. His third.
He's having a tough day.
3 fouls for him before half-time. Aborn, obviously a lot of trust in one of his senior players. As Junior Garber bullies his way under the ring. Takes him up to 7 points. Robertson dancing, finds McInerney inside. Battle of the vets, and Bradby ultimately comes out of that one with a block. Oh my God.
I don't have any words for that one.
Xavier Cotton has just pulverized the ring on Ben Robertson.
Not much you can say about that one.
Oh my. We're going to head to a timeout here for the Storm, but Courtney, he took off from the block.
He sure did.
Sorry, I'm lost for words right now. As we head into the timeout, Bellarine timeout here. Bellarine Storm trail by 6 points. After what we saw was probably one of the big posterizers we've seen all season from Xavier Cotton. Do you reckon he's got any relation to Bryce Cotton?
Maybe.
Who?
He's the NBL.
He's the NBL. No.
Or
massive news during the week.
Did he sign somewhere? Oh.
MVP at Perth,
Okay.
absolute club legend at Perth, has made the move to the middle of the country. He's playing for Adelaide.
Wow.
On a 3-year deal.
That's big.
Huge. Shocked a fair few people in the league.
It's hard to know. Maybe I can do some investigation at halftime, see if I can find any connections.
Get back to you on that. So, Kerry Richardson out of the timeout. We'll head to the line for 2. Makes the first. Richardson, so far this season, first year in BigV, has been an absolute key piece to this Bellarine Storm team. 17 points per game to go along with 11 rebounds.
Despite such great numbers, I still think, oh, that's another lane violation. That's okay. I still think that he can call his own number more. Like, he's such a good teammate and such a passer and an unselfish player. I really do think that he needs to take people more head on and try to return the favor and dunk on some people.
And I mean, we saw a glimmer of that round 1.
Oh, absolutely. We know it's in there.
And I think it's just as Junior Garber hits that tough 3, but I think we're still yet to see the best of Kerry Richardson.
Oh, I agree. And that's a scary problem to have.
And I think working with a legend who played in the similar spot to him in Ray Borner might be the deciding factor. Speaking of reaching to the roll. And Wyndham are currently on a huge run here. They've blown this game out to 9-point margin. Malik McKinney coming the other way over the much taller Simon Bradbury.
I like the spacing for Storm when they could just let Malik go to work and do this.
The second guard we've had in 2 years that loves to play downhill. The other one, obviously, league MVP, Tavion Green. Junior Garber stepped out of court. Great defense there from Ben Robertson.
Put a little pressure on him and then hit the brakes. That was a smart decision.
So as we head into the final minutes of this pink round state championship men's matchup. Bellarine Storm trail by 7. There's Malik. McKinney, that is, dancing on his defenders. Richardson up the top. 3, won't go. Robertson, offensive rebound. Been a killer for the Devils. Oh, I've called them the Devils.
That's a throwback.
That's a throwback. I've done that twice tonight. You're going to
Uh-oh.
for Wyndham. The substitution will see Simon Bradbury check out. Number 3, May Mayhem check back in as Richardson gets up above the ring.
That's an excellent out-of-bounds play. I suggest they do that all the time.
Andy draws the contact too. I didn't even see who the foul was on. Foul was on number 17, Jalen Rosman.
We got a minute. Storm, if they bring this thing within, 1 possession or even tie it eventually, that's huge for the momentum.
And a massive momentum boost going into half-time.
100%.
Would lift the spirits in the locker room. So both teams looking for momentum coming into half-time. Garber to Rosmond. Guarded by Richardson. They go to work under. Couldn't do much about that. Rosmond tossed it over. McInerney on the run. Lost control of it. So Wyndham with a chance to head into this halftime break with a massive momentum. 6 points up. Clock didn't start, so we'll head back to the sideline.
And that was a tough possession defensively to double, but I really do think that's going to be the name of the game in the second half, is make somebody continually prove that they can finish instead of Malik.
Garber. Matika. No shot there. Varley somehow ends up with it. Time transition.
I like that take. He had him on his hip. He had the contact. Do what you can to finish.
Again, transition defense, a massive part of this game. As Coach Ray Borner's going to use his timeout here with 46 seconds to go in this first half. But right now, there's no real winner so far. I know it's only half time, but both teams are going back and forth at each other at the moment. And you just feel that it could weigh in this second half. And both these teams looking for a win. Bellarine losing the last 6. While Wyndham, with the same record as them, looking to get their season on track as well. And we mentioned before, both these teams on the first leg of a doubleheader. Storm back here again tomorrow against Pakenham, while Wyndham will head back down the freeway to home to take on Shepparton. So massive weekend for both these teams. Weekend for the league too. It's pink round here. So I play all, correct me if I'm wrong here, Courtney, all 4 senior teams this week rocking pink warm-up tops.
You got that right.
Obviously our youth league teams playing away at down the highway, down at Surf Coast in the battle of, you could say, the Bellarine. It's not really the Bellarine, but I believe our youth league girls had a very nice win.
They did.
Over Surf Coast. The men currently playing now. Varley makes a first.
We will give you some score updates and some top scores after halftime. How about that?
Sounds like a plan. So you don't have to go anywhere. You can stay glued to your screen here as Varley makes both his free throws. And a little bit of a press here.
Yeah, let's see if we can slow him down a bit. Change it up.
Coach Borner almost over the half-court line. Look at him. He's into his action, the 4-time Olympian. Matika.
Give me that. Ooh. Man, that one hurt.
Richardson picked the ball from behind, but potentially was ambitious and will pick up the foul. So
Wyndham guards, I will say, they're very physical and they really want to initiate contact. I'm not saying they're getting away with charges because they're not like fully extending that off arm. I also think that there's definitely a few charges in the second half. So if you're Bellarine defensively, instead of continuing to back up and let them initiate contact, hold your ground, see if they send you flying.
Connie, that's a tough to you. As we have time out here, I've watched 4 kids trip in front of the commentary box today. There is nothing there. A Sharpie from the women's game was one I put there. I've watched 4 people fall in front of the commentary bench. And one give Brianna Bailey in the women's game an absolute fright while we were waiting for while we were in our injury timeout.
Right.
She fell down step and gave Brianna Bailey the scare of her life. They've all been fine. None of them have cried, but they just fought like
just chaos.
There's not even a line there.
Pick up your feet, little ones.
It is, I believe, is it club night here?
It is.
For the Christian College Eagles.
It is.
Who are a big domestic club down here on the Bellarine. They also play in Geelong, but there is quite a contingent of them sitting down to the right of the commentary box. So love to see our domestic club showing us support. We also want to thank them for showing up too, because it's supporting our pink round, supporting Bellarine Storm. So
great all around for the community.
And
Lots of happy kids having fun over here in the stands. We got some parents that maybe haven't been. Gives them something fun to do as well.
And I mean, not often can you say you watched Australian Basketball Hall of Famer, four-time Olympian, Bellarine.
You got that right.
Ray Borner, OAM. So, Storm struggled to get that in. So Roseman comes up with it. He'll look to go to work on McInerney. Nice little dish inside. Robertson met him at the ring, though.
Great contest.
As McKinney's pushed from behind. So foul will be a number 1. McEwen. McKinney will head to line for 2. 13 seconds to go in this first half. Substitution for Wyndham. We'll see Malik Miller check in and Xavier Cotton check out. We'll get the first to go. And the second to roll. So 13 seconds here. Wyndham, you would take the last shot here.
Absolutely.
The ball is in the hands of May McCowick. Right. He'll go to work. McInerney does a good job on D. Players get tangled up. Oh! There's a little bit of everything going on. I believe there's a player down hurt, and there's also a foul late in the play.
That's really unfortunate.
Foul will be on number 1, Malik McKinney. I don't reckon it's half time either. I reckon we've still got half a second on the clock. As the ball's sitting down the other end of the court. No one's going to go get it.
We got kids flying everywhere. We got sweepers on the floor.
And I don't think people realise that we've still got half a second. I believe that was what was left on the game clock.
Where's our BigV commissioner? I thought we were supposed to have nobody except BigV people behind the benches. This is chaos.
It is. It is to a madhouse here. People are leaving the stands to go and eat. They don't realise that we've still got.
People are thinking about potato gems right now. We got kids screaming.
Oh, here's a good question while we wait for the clock to be started.
Yes.
Potato gems. Okay, here we go. You got to rank them. Top 5. So we've got potato gems.
Yeah.
Waffle fries.
Okay.
Like shoestring fry, French fries.
Yeah.
Wedges.
Okay.
Sweet potato.
Ooh. I'm going to say.
Go from 5 to 1.
5 is worst.
Yep.
Probably wedges.
Wet.
I like a crunchy, crispy.
Yeah, right. As he makes both his free throws, McKinney's going to have to toss it.
And I will give you the rest after, because I want to deliberate my potato decisions.
As we head to a halftime break, it is the Bellarine Storm trailing Wyndham 54-48. Here's Ben Robertson leading the game for scoring 17 points, 5 rebounds, while May Mayhem has 15 points. That's 3 assists for Wyndham. We'll be back in around 7 minutes for second half action. Wrong mic. Welcome back to Bellarine Secondary College here for this pink round state championship men's matchup between the Bellarine Storm and the Wyndham Basketball Association. As Courtney Straight is...
I'm trying to get the kids to pass the jar around to walk around and get some donations here.
Organising the troops as she's picked a one kid on crutches to walk around with a jar. She might have to go over there and sort them out, Courtney.
Unbelievable. I said when everybody comes back to their seats, stand up and start walking around.
Anyways, as Courtney tries to deal with the troops and the children here.
I think I flagged down.
Ah, great. There we go. They're off. It's a here at Bellarine Secondary College. Hugh Moore here with the ever great, ever wonderful Courtney Straight.
You're too kind.
Will become almost it actually feels no discredit to any of the other guests we have during our men's games, but I occasionally feel a little bit lost without Courtney Straight.
Dynamic duo.
The dynamic duo. She's getting her money prepared. Look, they've split her. It has been a back and forth matchup. It has been a back and forth matchup here so far. Both teams loving to get out and run in the transition, but it is ultimately Wyndham that is in charge at the moment. There's kids on the court who are completely oblivious.
Come on, Eagles.
Courtney Straight. So action to resume here. Roseman was good in the first half. He'll look to continue. So was this man. All of these Wyndham players had a fantastic first half. Junior Garber going all the way to the rim with a nice high finish. Over the top of his defender, gets Wyndham to a great start. So McKinney, Garber finds Varley. Been quiet tonight. Nice little pitch back into Richardson. Had to go off two defenders. McInerney with someone there, and we'll head to the line for two. Foul will be on number 3, May Mayhem.
One thing I was going to mention too, because we normally go through, what are our second half adjustments. I don't think that Bellarine really used the ball screens as effectively as they could have. They weren't coming off of them 100%. They weren't getting their guy in position to come off screens hard. So the fact that they started off this half with Louis able to turn the corner, saw the double team to that roller, is a good sign.
The other thing we were discussing half-time was Courtney Straight's potato chip.
Oh, yeah.
Top 5. She put wedge 5, which is going to create a bit of a rift in the community, but wedge is at 5. What's number 4? We'll stretch this out a little bit.
Okay, so what were my options? I got sweet
4.
Potato.
So we've got sweet potato fries, shoestrings, wedges, and waffle fries.
So that's 4 options. So I'm going to go next is waffle.
All right.
Next is sweet potato, and then the winner is shoestring.
Yeah, we are. There we go.
Yeah, if it's Chick-fil-A waffle fries, those, I think, overtake sweet potato. So it's kind of a variable list here.
There we go. You learn a new thing every day about Courtney Straight.
But I don't discriminate. Like, any potato.
Potato just a nice.
Yes.
As we have a nice fading jump shot there from Xavier Cotton. There's McInerney's got a massive mismatch inside. He uses it to his advantage. 2 offensive rebounds for him. Kick out to McKinney. Gets his defender in the air. Terrell from way downtown.
Need that one.
As Jack Terrell opens his scoring account. Sorry, pardon me. He's got 8 points after that one. And so again, back and forth this game is. Both these teams looking for their 3rd win of the year. Out there from Garbra is good. Malik Miller, electric.
That's a great defensive possession for Storm. You finish with a contested mid-range. Hopefully they can capitalize off of it here.
On the shot clock too. Ben Robertson was money the first quarter. And he continues to cash in. 2 more points for him.
He's really attacking off the catch. He's not waiting to catch and then dribble. I really like that.
Oh,
got to go over on that one.
That one hurts. Junior Garber, another 3 for him. Robertson finds Carroll. Hands off to Varley. His first shot of the night. It's nothing. Kicks out to Robertson on the shot clock. Loses control. And again, Junior Garber. 5 straight points for him. And he's fired up. McKinney gets past him. McKinney creating some space. Draws the offensive foul. So that'll be Malik McKinney's 4th personal. Correct? I could be wrong.
Let's check the table here.
We'll wait for the official confirmation from the score bench.
Yeah, yikes.
Malik McKinney's 4th. So
he has to be the smartest man alive for about 17 minutes.
Coach Borner obviously putting in his Malik McKinney. Kerry Richardson check back in for Liam McInerney. Margin out to 8. Garber hands off to Mayhem. Gets it back. He finds Roseman. Oh, massive 3 there from Mayhem. Takes him up to 18 points for tonight's match. Ben Robertson looking to answer. Continues his tear up to 21 points. Mayhem falls over. Gets the pass off still. Terrell does a good job on D. And they swing it all the way back out to Garber.
Go over it.
Kinney fights over it. Miller, 4-3. No good. Long rebound there for McKinney. Storm have numbers. Great transition D there from Wyndham. Richardson, offensive rebound finish. As the Storm continue to make Wyndham pay on the O boards, 22-9.
Now it's time to buckle down and get stops.
In favour of the Storm, and Courtney Straight couldn't be more right. Storm get another stop. McKinney dicing, slicing, and 1. As the crowd loves it, as does Courtney Straight. And Malik McKinney gets the stop, heads all the way down the other end, and we'll head to line for 1 more.
The communication's just a step better, knock on wood, so far this half. Hopefully they can continue pushing that, continue letting their offense.
As McKinney, rare miss on a free throw there as Rosmond and Terrell got tangled up. And Terrell will pick up the foul. I forgot to mention at the start of the game, obviously new head coach, new assistant coach as well, and local legend Alan Yappa McKee. So we welcome him to the Storm as well. Coach at the highest level. As the 3 there is well long from Rosman.
Another good defensive possession.
Richardson going all the way. And there's that glimmer we spoke about in the first half.
Just calling his own number a bit, being aggressive, making things happen right at the rim, making somebody prove defensively that they can out-jump him.
So
good,
massive,
Louis.
Awesome possessions here for the Storm to start the half. Malik McKinney potentially got fouled. No call though. So Mayhem will just call the run there of the Storm. Ben Robertson wasting no time. Going down the other end. And Storm will head into a half-court possession. McKinney cutting. Robertson, he's been on fire all game. That's a rare miss for him. 73% from the field tonight. Varley worked hard for that rebound. Won't get credited, though.
I was going to say, he's doing a lot of things well right now. It just goes to show, you know, it's another one of those cliches in basketball. You don't have to be scoring every possession to make a difference. He's been having really good hands on the ball, being disruptive defensively, boxing out, pushing the ball in transition. They all make a difference.
1%ers. Coaches love 1%ers. Louis Varley doing them all right now as Richardson.
And making extra passes to open players.
On the money there, Courtney. Kerry Richardson will head to the line for two. Foul will be on. Number 20 for Wyndham, Malik McKinney. You mentioned we were going to score update of our Youth League teams. Youth League getting the win over Surf Coast, 77-71.
Huge win.
On the back of a 19-point performance by Pipe Oakland.
Atta girl, Pipes.
5 from 7 from the three-point line. 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 steals.
Amazing.
So I'm sure that'll be a blue carpet performance. Ella Wolferton backing her up nicely, 18 points, 5 rebounds.
Also, special shout out to Piper because she spur of the moment to come down to Sherbrooke last week and help out. And did a really good job. Held her own, made good decisions, and clearly it's shown that she carried it over into next week.
There's a steal there from Cos. Will lead to a fast break layup from McKinney, who finishes under massive pressure and just shrugs the shoulders as if to say,
I'm loving this defensive energy right now from Bellarine.
It's the pressure here. Players flying everywhere. A pass is well long. With it. And somehow...
That was kind of savvy, honestly. Oh, the throwaway was not, but...
I must give credit to...
from Mayum there. That was a good decision to let Malik go for it. The second he touched it, he could go after it again. That was pretty smart.
Mayum with the high basketball cue play there. Currently you lead by 18 points.
Go Stormies.
Jordan Peel, 11 points. Bailey Goodgain, 10 points. So all-round team performance there. But 1 point game here. Margin was 8 at halftime. Jack Terrell falls short.
I was going to say, I think they need a paint touch on that possession there. Really get the defense to collapse and then have to scramble out.
And Wyndham only with the one big on at the moment in Malik Miller. So Bellarine significantly bigger than Wyndham at the moment. So they swing it around. Kerry had to work hard for that one. Cos dishes it out to Robertson. Attacks.
Ooh.
Look for the open player, but Wyndham got their hand in the lane. Nice finish there from Cotton. Won't roll. The races got his defender and finished with comfort.
Now you see me, now you don't.
That injects a little bit of life. This crowd.
Credit to Mac Oz there for going vertical and slowing down a transition layup there too.
The three there from May McCook is off. And so Storm come the other way. Robertson continues his outstanding game, and that will lead to a timeout for Wyndham School Association. As you can hear in the background, the crowd up and about, and the Storm retake the lead. 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. And Courtney, again, we spoke about runs and transition, and Storm are doing everything right at the moment. They're getting stops and then converting it, making it worth their while down the other end.
100%. And I think energy has everything to do with it. Finding energy from each other. They're gathering momentum from making the little things matter, you know? It's not just about getting stops, but it's about how you're getting stops. It's about getting hits on basketballs. It's about making them settle in the offense. All those together, building on transition offense that Bellarine was successful with in the first half. It's all come together right now, and in a good way.
I mean, we saw in the women's game the timeouts led to different results. In the women's game, we saw Wyndham call a timeout, and then they came out with an 8-0 run. And then we saw, obviously, Coach Sanderson call a timeout, and the other thing go the same way. So timeout do wonders for teams if they're used at the right time. So interesting to see, obviously, Storm on a run at the moment. It'll be interesting to see what Wyndham come out and answer with. So they look to move the ball quickly. Garborough goes inside to Mayhem, outside to McCoick, who
much needed for Wyndham.
answers out of the timeout and levels the game. McKinney getting tangled up here with Garborough, finds Cos in the corner.
Get in there.
Had heaps of time. McKinney was on the ground. All right now, though.
He was out of bounds. Yep.
As May McCoick steps out of bounds. So a crucial minute and a half for both these teams. Momentum into three-quarter time would be huge. McKinney matched up against Garborough. Richardson, Robertson. He's been electric this game.
He's got a mismatch now.
As Richardson and someone got tangled up underneath, I couldn't see. Wyndham will come the other way. Richardson trailing. McKinney's got to be careful. 4 fouls for him and Malik Miller. We'll put 2 in easy. Richardson to Cos. Started well by McCoick. Up the top to McKinney. On ball screen. 2 for Max Cos. So they swing it around. Garborough attacking Robertson, who does a great job of staying
really
upright.
good going straight up.
Of D. He gets hassled by his defender, does a good job to stay under control. Intensity has lifted tenfold here.
This is fun.
McKinney wants everyone to flatten out, wants to go to work, dances. Steps back, 3. This would be huge.
Get in there.
As Richardson comes up with it, has to toss it up.
Thought we were going to have a Halliburton situation there.
That was wild too.
Yeah.
Quick touch on that, that was wild. But, ladies and gentlemen, do not go anywhere. If you are watching at home, do not leave your seats. Quickly head off. You've got 2 minutes. Grab a drink, grab something to eat, because we are set for a blockbuster final quarter between Bellarine Storm and Wyndham. Wyndham head into quarter time with a 2-point lead, but both these teams going back and forth at each other. Reminder, it is pink round here at Bellarine Storm, not only at Bellarine, but across the league in support of breast cancer awareness, Breast Cancer Foundation.
And I would like to point out, by the time the silent auction is done and we've got a few jars going around for donation, I could be confident in saying that we're going to donate about $300 to the Breast Cancer Foundation tonight. So, not too bad.
And even if you're not here or you don't have, or you're listening in the crowd, I know a few people do that, you don't have any coins on you, make sure you can head online, head over to the National Breast Cancer Foundation website, and there's a bright pink button up the top and it says donate.
Do it.
Any little thing, even if 50 cents, anything helps immensely to these families and their loved ones who are struggling with this terrible illness.
I just want to give out a shout out to my Aunt Teresa and my Grandma Betty back home, both breast cancer survivors. Just want to give them a special shout out here for Pink Round.
Massive shout out to them. Reminder, not even if you'd like to donate, make sure you head over to the Breast Cancer Foundation website. But action is set to resume here in a matter of seconds as Kerry Richardson trying to work out what's going on at half-court line, but do not go anywhere. Strap yourselves in. We are set for a massive matchup here points the margin in favour of Wyndham. The Storm will start with it. Richardson looking to go to work. It up. No luck. Last touched off Wyndham.
Sure.
I mean, we saw one in your game where Olivia Osborne technically volleyball spiked the
did.
ball out of court and somehow came away with it. Could be a secret talent of her.
Could be.
Stejanovski, 4-3, no good. McCuick overshot the rebound, so McKinney ends up with it. Cos surveying the floor, finds McKinney in the corner. He goes baseline, dishes off. Pass a bit hot. Cos, catch, shoot. Oh, it's a long two. Coach Killer. What are your thoughts on long twos? Shari loves them.
I don't mind the long two if it's off of like a pop from a screener, or if you're turning the corner, coming off of a screen off the dribble. If that's where the pocket is for your open shot and it's within the offense, I'm all for it. Back to back. Come on, Max. Yes!
Oh, as Maxi Cos gets a lucky roll, and this time it's a three. As the Bellarine Storm retake an early lead here. With a minute and a half gone in this fourth quarter. They lead by 3. McCuick to Mayhem. Attacks, gets pushed under the ring.
I think he might have gotten away with a little travel.
I reckon he did, but Garber answers back because he has all game and levels the score again.
He's been cool under pressure so far. I've been impressed with his poise and his defense. He really finishes well.
20 points, 53% from the field so far. There's McKinney surveying. He's got 2 post options. Uses Terrell, 5 on the shot clock. Does. It's well off. Never looked comfortable with the ball. Stevanovski driving baseline, got the pass just. And they find Mayhem in the corner, rattles that one home. Another 3 points for him, takes him up to 23. Equal game high with Ben Robertson. McKinney on 4 fouls as well. With the ball, that foul was not on him. Rebound number 14. 14, Steskovski. As he takes a break, and we'll also see Jack Tyrrell take a break.
Good minutes from Jack there. Good defensive minute, good physical play by Jack.
Ben Robertson checks in, and Wyndham fallen asleep here. As Ben Robertson tries to make him pay, can't convert. Cos was wide open in the corner. Wyndham finally reset on D. McInerney somehow ended up with the ball after what was probably the slowest pass I've ever seen from Malik McKinney.
I was going to say, I think 3 different Wyndham fingertips hit that basketball before it landed in Pretzel's hands.
And slowed it down even more as Jalen Rosman slices, dices, and gets the basket to go, drawing the contact. Down number 24, Liam McInerney. His first. We'll see. The clock is currently still running.
And they gave the points to the wrong.
No.
Oh, nope, they
No,
didn't. They
that's
didn't.
right.
Nope. But that was a good
So the
20
clock
seconds at least.
should be reset. According to my stats, clock should be reset back to 7:09.
That wasn't too far off. 19 seconds.
You're spot on.
I try.
You're spot on all day today, Courtney. Coaching.
Except for my free throw. It's okay.
No one saw it. Checking back in on Youth League 3 men. 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. Currently leading 75-54.
Getting things done.
Jordan Peel, 17 points. Fairly good game. Nick Huff with 10 each. Lucas Jones for Surf Coast has 20 though.
I don't know that I've ever heard of a better basketball name than Bailey Goodgame. See, that 2-pointer I'm happy with. Catch and shoot.
Yeah, but that's a mid-range, isn't it?
I mean, it's all relative, right?
They're all long twos.
Yeah. If it's not a layup, it's all the same.
As McInerney's jump shot, takes the margin to 2. Xavier Cotton is quite confused here. He thought he might have got away with the travel there, but
I'm also a bit confused on that one. I'm not
I don't
gonna
know.
lie.
It's a 50-50 call. Did he throw the ball away or not?
I'm wondering if he shuffled his feet before that happened. Before he took off the ground.
It's
he
also
shuffled his feet. On the
also
double
great
team.
observation there. Again, we do have some of the best refs in Victoria refereeing our games. Nice little dish off from McKinney to Cos.
Lovely.
Fading on that mid-range, and the game all tiled up.
Make somebody prove they can stop Malik, and if somebody steps in to help, make them pay.
6.5 minutes to go. This game is action-packed. Rebound. Cos comes up with it, and they go to McKinney, into McInerney.
Good
Robertson,
cut.
he's being good, gets blocked though by Jalen Rosman.
I like the cut.
And McCulloch goes coast to coast and retakes the lead. Robertson coming up a bit sore after that. We'll keep an eye. It might have just been a corky. He looks in quite a bit of pain though, so Cos lifting. McCulloch does a good job on D. McKinney's going to have to get rid of it.
Oh, unlucky. I think on that one, the offense looked a bit stagnant. The ball needs to move a bit quicker. If you don't have a quick option, if you can't attack, you don't have some sort of advantage, move that ball.
But, I mean, 4 players really in the play.
Right.
Probably also doesn't have.
I was going to say, I think Ben's trying to do a little extra tight because he might have tweaked his ankle.
Looks to be moving freely. Slight grimace on the face. Action will resume. Ball whizzing around for Wyndham. In Garber's hands. He finds McCulloch. Steps back. 4-3. That is huge.
That's tough.
As he turns and stares in the corner. 5 points the margin. Richardson had to work hard for Liam McInerney in there cleaning up the scraps. That's his 13th and 14th point game for the game. 10 rebounds, double-double for him. McCulloch kicks to Rosman. Back up to McCulloch. Late in the shot clock, single digits. He gets doubled. Rosman, deep. 3, won't go.
Take care of it.
McInerney secures the rebound. Robertson tweaked his ankle before, looks to be fine now. McKinney dancing, kicks out to Cos, 4-3, hand in his face, short. McInerney, offensive rebound again, kick out. McKinney, 3. This could be huge, it is. Stone cold killer Malik McKinney.
You got to give a shout out to Liam too. He has been an absolute monster on the offensive board.
And he looks gassed right now.
Time to buckle down.
He has been working today. And the margin back to all tied up here. 4 minutes to go. We are set for a blockbuster here. Junior Garber.
Tough.
Another 2 points to his 22. McKinney using the screen of Richardson. Goes nowhere with it. Decides to kick it back out. Robertson attacking. Fading. Hook is no good. Passes long. McCulloch. Nice kick ahead to Junior Garber. Robertson meets him up the top. But there'll be a foul on the play.
He pinned that one too.
He pinned that.
I will say Ben has the vertical record at Grind High Performance Center. He can get up.
There you go. Fun fact. He doesn't look like a jumper either, but he's scary. Watching him in warm-ups, the man can get above the ring with ease. 2. So there's a bit of confusion there. Pretty sure Ben Roberts clearly pinned that ball on the ring, on the backboard. Garber makes the first. 3 points and 4 points if he makes this. Commentators curse. Hate to do it too. Sorry, Wyndham fans. 3 points the margin. Robertson, ball in hand. Richardson surveying his options. Has McKinney. Dances. Reaches and one for Malik McKinney. As the entire Wyndham bench pleading for an offensive foul. But the referee pays no attention to him.
I like that decision offensively too. Set a hard screen, create space for McKinney, who's a good decision maker, going downhill. Let him work. Let him do his thing.
And it's actually crazy how, like, it feels like time slowing down when Malik McKinney's in the air.
I agree.
I don't know what just got announced, but
The winners of the silent auction for the autographed t-shirts.
I believe it was $140. That's
Yeah.
huge. Time slows down when Malik McKinney's in the air. At least it feels like he sort of just floats, and he has so much time to do what he wants. As his free throw is good, and it ties the game up again. It is lead changes galore in this final quarter. Richardson straight up meets Mayhem at the ring. And so Storm with a chance here to take the lead. Haven't had an overtime game this season. Richardson going to work against his defender as they both end up on the floor. There will be a foul on the play here.
It's a really physical possession.
As Richardson might have got a corky, I reckon. And we've had a jump ball, so it'll go in favour of Wyndham. Do apologise for any profanity that is coming from the background noise.
That was a very physical position. That's all I'm going to say.
There we go. Wow. So we've just got word $270 raised just from our 2 warm-up tops on our silent auction. So
amazing.
That contribution will be going straight to the Breast Cancer Foundation.
He likes that spot.
Junior Garber loves that spot. 25 points for him tonight.
Got to close the gap just a little bit more when he's coming over that ring.
As Wyndham retake the lead. Robertson dancing on his defender, gets stuck. Richardson, this is what I wanted to see all night. Richardson gets tangled out. One for Kerry Richardson as he beats his defender baseline, draws a contact and will head to the line for one more.
My heart pounding.
This is the most electric game we've had in a long time. And both teams, a one key player for both teams on 4 fouls. Malik McKinney on 4 and Malik Miller on 4. So
huge.
As Kerry Richardson makes his free throw, and on the inbound, the 2-minute warning is here. As ladies and gentlemen, I cannot stress this enough. It's Courtney Strait getting into this game.
Every second matters, you know.
A woman of many talents.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Oh, that's a stretch. That's hoping you're a pretty good master at. So as the final 2 minutes come, I cannot stress you enough. Do not leave your seats. Do not leave your screens. We are buckling in for what is set to be a matchup of the round. As we're just waiting for the clock to be readjusted.
And I would like to point out too, regardless of the result of this game, I feel like there's been a breath of life here for these Bellarine men. their cohesion on the floor, their energy. They look like they're enjoying the game. I like how they are playing together today.
Quick check over to our Youth League men. We currently lead 89-58 over Surf Coast, down at Surf Coast. Still, Jordan Peel, 17 points. Bailey Goodgame, 12. But we turn our attention back to this match. 2 minutes to go. Storm with a 1-point lead. Malik McKinney and Malik Miller both on 4 fouls.
Get a hand up.
Richardson pushes his defender up. 3-4. McCuick is good. Sorry, I believe that was Mayhem. 4-3.
He's been really clutch today.
26 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. So energy has lifted here as Richardson was fouled. Foul will be Mayhem.
I reckon that was a bit of a hold.
Just a little bit. That'll be Mayhem's second foul.
Not a bad foul, though, because there was a mismatch. And Malik McKinney had his eyes on the ring.
Wyndham with 14 fouls. Bellarine just with 2. So they have 3 to give. Wyndham have none. McKinney to Richardson. Pull up for 2. Hits the back iron. Richardson nearly fouled. Didn't, though. Junior Garber. Mayhem attacking the baseline, just kicks it straight to a defender. McKinney gets his defender leaning as they fight for it. Varley comes up with it. And the Storm.
Huge for Liam.
Is there a stoppage on the play? I don't know what happened.
The shot clock reset to a full 24 instead of 14.
Oh, good spot, Courtney. So Bellarine will have a chance to set up. Final minute of the game. Trail by 2. Richardson attacking. And one for Kerry Richardson, who has put this game on his back in this final quarter and is taking over. Kerry Richardson, 29 points, 13 rebounds.
And I will say, the refs have continued to let them play aggressively heading downhill, and they've let both teams do it. So I like that Kerry was really advantageous there and was aggressive and called his own number.
And called it consistently too.
Yeah, 100%.
Both teams are getting the same calls.
Yeah, they're letting them play.
So, and it's really fueled this fire for this game. It's a little bit physical, but the game has never gotten out of control.
No, not at all.
And when it has started to, they've pulled it back in, and it's made for a fantastic game.
And I will say, as a player, that's exactly how you want it.
So as we just wait for our floor sweeps to finish up, again, I'm going to keep saying it. I cannot stress you enough. Do not go anywhere. All tied up here. Richardson at the free throw line for 1. Gets it to go. Point, 55 seconds on the game clock. McCuick finds Garber for 3. This could be huge. Misses everything. Offensive rebound. May will dribble back out. Varley got the job guard. Varley does a good job to stay in front. Mayhem creates some space with a huge rebound.
Get in there, Kerry.
34 seconds. A 3 here would make it a 2-possession game.
Any bucket here is huge. You need it.
Corny straight couldn't be more clear. 10 seconds on the game clock. McKinney gets his defender. Kick out. Robertson. This would be huge. McEarney, offensive rebound. And you think Wyndham will look to foul here. Varley controls it.
That's intentional.
Foul, unsportsmanlike. Points haven't been waived. We will wait for clarification. Robertson was fouled and finished. There is an unsportsmanlike.
Let's see what they decide.
He did make the layup, though.
We retain possession regardless.
We retain possession regardless.
Huge.
Game could potentially be a 4-point game.
I think the basket happened.
Baskets are good.
Never mind.
So,
I take back what I was going to say.
So Robertson will get more free throw, and then for the last 6 seconds.
You do not foul. Regardless of what you do, you not foul on a 3. You can contest the shot. You're disciplined. You don't land in their landing zone.
Storm retain possession, Courtney.
Oh my gosh. I just said that.
So Robertson
I was
will make
ready.
the
I
free
was
throw.
ready. I was ready for this defensive possession.
And I don't want to call it too early because stranger things have happened.
100%. We've
But
had some
after-
weird endings to
But
state
after
champ
6 games in a row of losing,
I think we need.
potentially taking this team to a win.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Can't have that happen.
So, game not over yet. So, 4 points to margin. It is a 2-possession game.
Gotta finish.
And Courtney, you're a time traveler because you literally were talking about what needs to happen on this possession. Can you remind everyone what the Storm need to do?
Yes.
And then we'll make our way over to Wyndham.
They need to have, I would say, Liam on the ball, Carrie at the ring, and everybody else is switching everything.
So question then.
Yes.
Are you playing a man?
Yes.
Or
Okay. You're switching everything. I just think that in a zone, there's too many opportunities, albeit there's 5 seconds left, too many opportunities for shooters to find a pocket. I think switching out on everyone, contest everything, go get the rebound, a.k.a. carry, get under the rim.
Are you allowing a catch on the inbound?
How many fouls do we have?
2.
3?
3.
2?
2.
I'd foul right away.
You foul right away.
Blow up their last second play that they're going to call to draw up
with
a three.
the potential that if you go a little too hard in the final 2 minutes, you could get an unsportsmanlike.
Yeah. I mean, it's 4 points. It's not 3. So given that aspect as well, I'd say man up. Don't foul. Finish the game.
So Wyndham with the ball, 4.8 seconds left on the clock. They need a 4-point play here to get the dub.
Go straight up.
Garber, 3's up.
Grab
Won't
it.
be good. And after 6 games in a row of losing, the Bellarine Storm finally come away with a win on the back of Ray Borner making his debut. Bellarine Storm win 99-95 on the back of a Kerry Richardson masterclass. 28 points, 13 rebounds. Ben Robertson also absolutely having a day out. 26 points, 9 rebounds. But can't discredit Wyndham. 26 points for May Mayhem. 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. Junior Garber, 25 points. Courtney, I mean, that's the most exciting game we've had all season. As the girls are just
being distracting
as Nick Stavropoulos comes next to me. I think he's quite a happy man right now. But, I mean, the club feels alive right now. The kids are back on the court. But reminder, we do it all again tomorrow. Good game. We do it.
Oh, we got a little birthday celly.
We do, and we got a bit of love from Malik Miller there. So massive shout out to him. 17 points, 3 rebounds. But we do it all again tomorrow. 12 o'clock and 2 p.m. Ship take Pakenham. It'll be me and Courtney straight back again at 2 p.m. But make sure if you don't have anything on, you have plans now, as Courtney told us.
You have now. You have.
Get down here and watch this exciting new era of basketball here. It's been Hugh Moore here with Courtney Straight. Thanks again, Courtney. Always a pleasure. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.